All right, everybody get ready and buckle up because Mike Pompeo gave a speech this week that honestly should terrify you because it's a sign from the Trump administration as to what they're going to do next, or at least what they're heavily considering.
This was right before the end of the Trump administration, right? Like I think a week before it.
Al-Qaeda has a new home base. It is the Islamic Republic of Iran. As a result, bin Laden's wicked creation is poised to gain strength and capabilities. We ignore this Iran-Al-Qaeda nexus at our own peril. We need to acknowledge it. We must confront it. Indeed, we must defeat it. Now, I know this news will come as a surprise to many Americans. We had Al-Qaeda on the ropes after 9/11, thanks to sustained efforts of our brave soldiers, intelligence officers, diplomats, NATO allies, many others who worked tirelessly to defend freedom. There are far fewer Al-Qaeda operatives in Afghanistan today than there have been in decades. That remains true. This is an enormous tribute to American resolve, American ingenuity, American leadership, and frankly, raw American military strength. That effort drove Al-Qaeda to search for a safer haven, and they found one. The Islamic Republic of Iran was the perfect choice. Al-Qaeda has in fact carried on a relationship to Iran for nearly 3 decades.
Unmitigated, brazen, grotesque, over-the-top lie.
What do you guys think? Before I tell you what I think, what do you guys think right now about what Pompeo said and what Kyle said? Hold on, let me see. Let me just get rid of this. There we go. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I'm going to agree with Kyle or I'm going to agree with Pompeo? Let me see. Matthew saying, didn't we used to support? Okay, so Matthew saying, didn't we? Who are you? Are you American, Matthew? I don't know what you mean by we. Didn't we used to? Whoa, that was a T-shirt sale. Didn't we used to support Al Qaeda? It's funny and sad how things change. Who is we? Guys, do you guys assume everybody knows that you're American? Sunni fundamentalists in a Shia theocracy. Good question, Luke. That's a good question to ask. Ian saying Pompeo is right. Ian, where are you from? Luke has had the best answer. Luke is saying, I don't know. Okay, Matthew is American. Okay, Matthew, you're doing what most Americans do online, and they assume that they are the center of the world. So when you say we, nobody knows that you're American. So you don't act like everything. Okay, don't act like Americans are the de facto country on the internet is the USA. Okay. Oh, there we go. Dolly is good. Screw both of them. What the heck? All right. So here's what I would tell you. Yes, that's a T-shirt sale. By the way, link to our T-shirts in the description if you guys want. That every time you hear that sound, I didn't know what that sound was for a while. Like I was like, what is this sound? Is somebody like every time I hear this cha-ching sound, I was like, is somebody donating to us? Is that like what is that? I know it's money related. Like, what is this sound? I kept on like turning everything on and off. I didn't know what it was, and then realized, oh, that's a T-shirt sale. Okay, so now I know what it is. Okay, so DTR saying you won't agree with anyone because it's not clear. Okay, so here's the thing. My answer is that I would not trust Pompeo on this. I mean, come on, are you serious? Like, it's the freaking Trump administration. Of course, I'm not gonna trust this guy. Okay, I'm not gonna trust it. Am I gonna say with 100% certainty that he's lying? No, I'm gonna say with 99.9% certainty that he's lying. But is it okay? Like I know that I think it's based on something which we will get to, but I think he's framing it. My guess, and this is a guess, okay, based on everything I know about the Islamic Republic and Al Qaeda and the Trump administration and this idiot right here, is that there is something to what he's saying, but he's exaggerating and framing it in a way that would want to justify his own agenda, which is probably, I don't know, his own political agenda in the future. Okay, like he's framing it and he's exaggerating it in a way that is inaccurate, but is based on something. Okay, so I wouldn't go, but let's see that's what I guess. Okay, and I'll show you why I think that. But before we do that.
He's a liar. He's lying to you, and he knows he's lying to you.
Okay.
This is the exact same playbook that the government used with Iraq.
You don't know that. Okay, look at the way I'm talking. By the way, guys, I know about Iran's politics way more than this guy, okay? And I would not talk with this degree of certainty, right? Even if I say like, let me let him speak.
What was the original argument? What was the original argument before the Iraq War? Oh, Saddam Hussein is working with Al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden, and he's giving them cover. And he's taking care of them. And they have an alliance, and they have an allegiance. And that's why we need to go after Saddam, because he's at least partly responsible for 9/11. That was never true. That was wrong from the very first claim at the very first second.
Yeah, but if you said you knew that it was a lie before you had the evidence that it was a lie, you were an idiot, even back then, even if it ended up being a lie. Do you understand how this works, guys? Yes, that was a lie. But if you claim it was a lie without having any evidence that it's a lie, and say that I'm not guessing that it's a lie, but I'm 100% certain that it's a lie, even though you have no evidence, then you're a moron and you don't know how skepticism works.
But they ran with that, and the media didn't push back.
So what is his reasoning? Because they lied then, this must be a lie? Because they lied then, this must be a lie? Again, I'm saying this as somebody that doesn't believe Pompeo, doesn't trust anything from the Trump administration. As somebody that doesn't believe anything from the Trump administration, I don't think like this, his line of reasoning works. Just because when you don't trust somebody, you say like, I'm not going to believe you. You don't go make a claim that it's a lie. Okay? You don't go and claim like, you don't say that let's say you don't trust A says something. Your response, and because you don't trust him, you say like, well, A said something. A is not trustworthy. Therefore, I don't believe A. You don't make it your own claim. I know A is lying. Do you guys know the difference between withholding belief and making your own claims? Do you guys understand the difference? I mean, this is the foundation of atheism. Is the difference between Gnostic and agnostic atheism, right? Atheists should know this better than anyone else, okay? But they don't.
And they kept building on the propaganda. And then eventually it became too obvious that it was fake, and so they had to change the argument. And it went from, oh, Saddam is working with Al-Qaeda to Saddam has weapons of mass destruction and he might use them on us, to eventually it was just Saddam's a bad guy and a dictator, and if you don't want to do the Iraq war, you're pro-dictator. They had to keep moving the goalposts because they're fucking liars, and they kept being exposed as liars. Not by the media, by the way. The media was doing their propaganda every step of the way. But this is the exact same playbook for Iran.
And also subscribe to our newsletter, because if we get removed from all these platforms, at least we could reach out to you. And guys, by the way, if you subscribe to our newsletter, you get a free copy of Where's your copy, Susanna? Get it. We're doing promotion. You get a free, it's not even promotion, it's free. Okay, so if you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description, you get a free copy of Why There's No God. Come on, like I'm handing it out for free. Okay, it's a bestseller on Amazon, and you get it for free. So subscribe to our newsletter, and you get a free copy of Why There's No God sent to you. Link in the description.